Have you ever found yourself putting off something important, even when you know you shouldn't? Maybe it's a work task, a personal goal, or even something as simple as replying to an email. Almost everyone does this, yet few people understand why it happens. Procrastination is not just laziness. It's a window into how our minds work and how we manage stress, reward, and uncertainty. When we delay a task, it's often because our brain associates it with discomfort, boredom, anxiety, or even fear of failure. In that moment, the brain looks for a quick escape. Checking social media, grabbing a snack, or scrolling through videos gives a small reward that temporarily reduces stress. But this relief comes at a cost. The task still looms, creating even more tension later. This is a cycle that our minds repeat, often without conscious awareness. Neuroscience explains that procrastination activates the brain's reward system. Tasks with delayed outcomes don't feel urgent, so the brain prefers activities with immediate gratification. Even when you know something is important, your mind prioritizes what feels rewarding in the moment. That is why a tiny distraction can feel far more appealing than a looming deadline. Another key factor is how humans perceive time. When a deadline feels distant, the brain underestimates how long a task will take and overestimates how much time is available. This distorted sense of time makes starting seem less urgent than it actually is, and the cycle of delay continues. We can also observe behavioral patterns in procrastination. People often start with easy, low-stakes tasks first, which gives a false sense of progress. They repeatedly check phones or emails as a form of delay. They tell themselves, "I work better under pressure," which reinforces procrastination as a habit. These behaviors are subtle strategies the brain uses to manage stress and discomfort, and they occur far more often than most people realize. Consider a student who has a big assignment due in a week. Instead of starting immediately, they spend hours watching unrelated videos, checking notifications, or reorganizing their desk. Each distraction provides a tiny reward and reduces anxiety temporarily. But the assignment still waits, looming larger with every passing day. This pattern repeats across millions of daily situations, work, home tasks, or even personal projects. Interestingly, procrastination can also reveal our values and priorities. Tasks we procrastinate on are often those that don't align with our immediate desires or interests. Observing why we delay certain activities can reveal what we unconsciously prioritize. For example, someone might avoid writing a report not because they are lazy, but because it feels tedious or emotionally challenging. Understanding this helps explain human behavior beyond surface-level labels like lazy or undisciplined. There are ways to manage procrastination. One approach is breaking tasks into small, manageable steps with immediate rewards along the way. Another is creating structured schedules that reduce the brain's tendency to seek distraction. Yet even without intervention, simply observing procrastination patterns gives insight into human behavior. By noticing what triggers delay and what relief the brain seeks, we gain a better understanding of ourselves and others. Procrastination isn't always harmful. Sometimes delaying a task allows for subconscious problem solving, where the mind continues working without active effort. Other times, it's pure avoidance. Recognizing which type is happening in your life can be revealing and informative. Observing these moments without judgment transforms ordinary experiences into opportunities for insight. By paying attention to these patterns, we gain insight into broader human tendencies. People are wired to avoid discomfort, seek reward, and misjudge time. Understanding these tendencies explains why procrastination is so common and persistent, despite repeated negative outcomes. Next time you find yourself delaying a task, take a moment to observe. Notice the feelings, the distractions, the thought patterns. Ask yourself why your mind is choosing relief over productivity in that moment. Even a few seconds of reflection can reveal the subtle forces guiding your actions. Patterns like these exist all around us. They shape how people act, interact, and make choices every day. Observing without judgment uncovers insights into human behavior. Procrastination, like many behaviors, is not random. It reflects priorities, fears, and the strategies our brains use to cope with challenges. Think about a task you've been putting off. Why do you avoid it? What small rewards are you choosing instead? What emotions are tied to it? Reflecting on these questions can increase awareness and provide valuable insight into how your mind works. Understanding procrastination is more than a productivity tip. It's a glimpse into human nature. It teaches patience, self-awareness, and observation. Even small moments of awareness reveal how the mind navigates reward, discomfort, and decision-making. Every behavior has a story, a reasoning process, and a set of triggers. Watching these behaviors silently and without judgment opens a door to deeper understanding of human nature. Observing procrastination is just one example of how ordinary actions can reveal extraordinary insights about the human mind. So next time you feel the urge to delay something, pause. Notice what your mind is doing, why it seeks relief, and what patterns are guiding your decisions. Awareness doesn't immediately stop procrastination, but it gives clarity and perspective. Over time, observing these patterns helps you understand not just yourself, but how people in general operate, think, and respond to everyday pressures. Patterns like these repeat across millions of daily experiences. By noticing them, we uncover the invisible architecture of the human mind, how it manages reward, stress, and decision-making. Observing procrastination provides a window into ourselves and others in ways that are subtle, profound, and endlessly fascinating.